Yes, this is case number 423 on the calendar in the matter of Gilbert versus Lucido. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Gilbert, you and the defendant were engaged to be married.
Yes, Your Honor.
You had your own home?
Yes, Your
and she
Honor.
had her own home?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to what I've read in your complaint, the two of you decided that it might be a good idea to buy a home together. And prior to either of you selling your homes in order to prepare to put down a down payment on a house, you closed out your 401k.
I took money out. I didn't close it out completely. I took money out of the 401k.
A little over $35,000.
Sure.
And you put that money in a joint account with the defendant. Sometime later, you were away on a business trip. Your fiancé got into a discussion with your former wife. They exchanged a lot of nasties. She left, and she took out about $5,000 from this joint bank account that you had set up for the house. So I have a few questions. This joint account that you set up, was the only money in that account the money that you had taken out of your 401k?
The savings account was purely savings. The only transactions that happened to it was my putting the money in and her taking the money out.
Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And am I correct that there was a discussion between the two of you that that money was going to be used as a down payment on the house?
That is
Yes,
not
Your Honor.
correct.
That is not correct.
That is not correct, Your
Well,
Honor.
tell me what you thought that that money was for.
Okay, well, David and I both put it into the savings account. We opened up a new savings account, and then he had it linked to my checking account so that his name was also on my checking account, which was fine by me. I was in love. I was going to marry the man. I wanted to be able to have our money shared. I have a written and verbal contract, Your Honor, that states that our money was our money's, and I didn't just take his money and use it.
Were you living together at the time?
Yes,
In whose house?
mine.
And how did you pay joint bills?
I paid them all.
Out of your checking account?
Correct.
Did the plaintiff give you any money towards those bills?
No, he did not.
Is that right?
Towards those bills, no, Your Honor, but I did several things around the house to fix the house up. Dinners,
I don't care about that. How long had you lived together?
about 2 months, I think.
2.5 months, Your Honor.
Now you're going to tell me, Miss Lucido, what you took that money for.
Primarily for a MasterCard payment.
A MasterCard payment?
Yes, I
Let
have.
me see it, please.
Okay. I put $3,500 cash toward the MasterCard payment.
Let me see it.
Okay.
Well, there are lots of charges here. PGA National Spa, what is that?
That was a European health spa for a massage.
For whom?
Myself.
I have charge here for Banana Republic. What was that for?
That was for a gift certificate
For whom?
for a client of mine.
For you.
No, for a client of mine.
But it's your charge.
Okay, yes.
The party outlet.
That was for our wedding stuff. We had invitations, centerpieces, silk flowers, a whole lot of arrangement things that were being purchased.
Okay, because I have lots of check marks here. All these things seem to be check marked. PGA National Spa, again, $80. Is that for another massage?
Yes, Your Honor, that was for a
And
client.
another one for $67?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
A lot of cafes and restaurants.
Correct. Food, clothing. I bought him a new wardrobe from head to toe, including jewelry,
Well, why did you do that?
because I loved him. And the whole reason that this whole thing incurred was David cheated on me, and I ended...
I don't want to hear about him cheating on you.
Okay.
You left.
I
you
didn't
separated.
leave, Your Honor. His belongings were moved back to his home.
Fine, whatever happened. You separated, and I want to know what you took the money for. First, you told me it was for a MasterCard.
It is.
Okay? Well, the MasterCard...
MasterCard.
Just a second. The
Okay.
MasterCard has mostly your charges on it. He's not responsible for your charges.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Fine. So what did you take the $5,000 plus for?
Primarily, I made the MasterCard payment. I used some of the money for the car that I had to purchase. We agreed to lease a car. My other truck was paid for. I never had a car payment. Now I have a lease to pay for every month.
So what you're saying is that because this relationship, for whatever reason, didn't work out, you put yourself in a position of having to make a car payment when you didn't have one before, even though you have the car, and you think he should be responsible for that.
No, I'm not holding him responsible
Well, then,
for it.
what did you take this money for? This was his money.
To help out with the expenses, I have a checking account that I had a lot of checks written out, MasterCard, American Express, that were both our expenses.
Well, I'm asking you, what both expenses? Tell me, what expenses were both?
Clothing, food, groceries, the car. There was a lot, a list.
You are not entitled to take that money.
Your Honor, I have a written contract here in all due respect that we had a written and verbal agreement that either could withdraw any amount of money. May I submit this to you, please? He had me the primary account holder, so it was my social security number on here on the front. And on the back, it clearly states what we both read, that either one of us were allowed any of that money, and the only reason I used it was for expenses.
Miss Lucido, you don't seem to understand. You don't seem to get it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today, David Gilbert says ex-fiancée Joanne Lucido broke off their engagement and took $5,000 from his savings account.
Miss Lucido, you had no agreement with regard to buying a car, food, any other expenses that you may have had,
We
your
did have a
massages
verbal.
or any other stuff, that you could take this money out of the savings account that was earmarked as a down payment for a new house, because otherwise the money would have been put in a checking account if it was to be used for expenses. Why would somebody who was under the age of 59 and a half years old take out money from their 401k, which in all probability will incur some tax consequence, unless it was for a specific purpose, which was to pay for a new house?
And also wedding, and also expenses as needed. That was our agreement. I have friends
Is this
that
money
overheard.
to be used for expenses as needed?
Your Honor, it was for the purpose of a house.
What kind of business are you in?
I work for a defense contractor.
Okay. So you have a steady job, and you have your own credit card?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you, in fact, when you went out with the defendant,
Buy her dinner? Yes, Your Honor.
well, buy dinner for the two of you? Because I see a lot of charges here for food. I mean, food in restaurants.
Your Honor, whenever we went out to dinner, I purchased the dinners.
Do you take people out for business?
Yes, I do.
Fine. That's where all these lunches are.
Some of the lunches, Your Honor, I have taken Dave out to lunch
Okay.
and paid
Ms.
for that
Lucido,
also.
you had no right to empty his bank account when you left. None whatsoever. Judgment for
Honor.
the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's a liar, he's a cheater.
I was kind of shocked that she, one, had a conversation with my ex-wife, and two, never gave me a chance to talk about it.
Listen to your best friend. Don't go for the pretty boys.
When you fall in love, it's all right to trust with your heart, but maybe not with your wallet.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Barclay versus Case, step forward, please.
31-year-old hairstylist Heather Barclay is suing her ex-roommate, 26-year-old hairstylist Melissa Case, for unpaid rent. Melissa says Heather forgave the debt.
Ms. Barclay, according to your complaint, you knew the defendant from some sort of a beauty school, a beauty parlor, is that right?
We worked together at a beauty salon, yes.
You had a house, you needed a roommate.
Yep.
She needed a place to live. You have a child,
Yes, ma'am.
5-year-old,
5.
and she agreed to become a tenant.
Correct.
According to you, she left unceremoniously without giving you much notice, and she owes you some $1,500 in rent.
Yes.
Defendant says that while she did not pay all the rent that she should have while she was there, you forgave it because you knew she didn't have a job. That's your defense.
Basically, yes.
When did she move in?
She moved in on August the 14th.
And what was the rent arrangement?
Our agreement was that she would live with me. She got 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and that it would be $650 a month, all bills paid. And the only thing that I asked was that she give me 30 days notice if she wanted to leave, or that if I chose for her to go, that I would give her 30 days notice just out of respect.
All right. Ms. Case, was that your agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Was rent paid for the 2 weeks in August?
Part of the rent was paid. I told her that I would prorate it, whatever the daily rate was, times however many days she was going to be there, and she gave me $200. The total was actually $369 for that time.
And what about September?
I have this ledger right here, and I kept record. She did pay me another $100 in September, but every time the first of the month would come up, the $650 would be owed again. So her debt would continue to get higher and higher.
I'm not really good at math, as a
Okay.
bird can attest
Okay.
to. So far, she owes you $169 for August,
Correct.
and she paid you $100 in September.
Actually, she paid me another $300 in September.
She did give you another $300
Yes, she
in
did.
September. So
Yes.
now we're down to $250 that's owed for September.
Correct.
And what about October?
In October, she paid me another $160.
$490, that means, was owing for the month of October.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And then she moved out in November?
Yes.
November what?
I believe she moved out on the 4th of November.
Did you move out on the 4th of November?
No, ma'am. I moved
When-
out on the 1st. I moved out prior to her birthday.
She did not. She moved out on the Sunday after my birthday, which is the 4th. My birthday is on the 3rd.
Did you give her any notice when you moved out?
I had given her a letter letting her know that, no, it wasn't 30 days notice, but I did give her notice that I was leaving.
The letter did not say when she was leaving. The letter said, my intention is to leave because of our prior agreement. I assumed it would be 30 days after I received the letter. I received the letter on October 31st. I have it right here.
Can I see it, please?
So my assumption was that she would be moving out on November the 30th.
The letter says that I'm not giving her 30 days notice.
It also doesn't say when she's leaving. And I didn't have an opportunity to talk to her because I only saw her one time after I got the letter.
She hadn't spoken to me in weeks, though. This all could
not
have been
true.
discussed
You know, I'm trying
prior.
to add and I can't hear you. So if we're talking, forget the 30-day notice provision, if we're talking about just the time she actually lived there, it comes to about $909 that was owed to you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is a very sweet letter, honestly. It appears from the letter that the financial problems that you had, you understood created a situation that was unfair to her.
Heather Barkley says ex-roommate Melissa Case owes for unpaid rent. Melissa says Heather told her to pay what she could.
Okay, how come you weren't able to pay your rent?
When I worked with Heather, I was put on a leave of absence at the beginning of July to allow me to finish school. There was a lot of stress. I had been going through a divorce since the July of 2000. Just a lot of things going on in my life. They put me on a leave of absence. Ms. Barclay told me that I could come back once I graduated. I would become a stylist, and I was under that knowledge going back to school. Came back to about a week before graduating. She told me I should contact our boss, let him know how things were going, make sure he knew I was getting ready to graduate. Had 2 conversations with him.
When was this?
In August, about maybe a week and a half prior to my graduating.
Okay.
We talked about the fact that she had let him know that she had wanted me to move in, that I was probably going to do it. He thought that that would be a good idea. She's a good person, she's a good influence, that it would be a positive thing. He said that he had some questions as to my behavior in the salon prior to that. I had hung out with some girls that partied a little bit too much, things like that. I said, okay. I graduated. I moved in with Heather on the 14th because my son started school the next day. About a week after me moving in, she told me that I should just let go of it, that I probably wouldn't have a job there. And I said, well, what do you know? Heather's one of the supervisors there. She's in on all the meetings with the owners. She knew that I wasn't going to have a job there.
No, I didn't know that you didn't have a job. I can tell you by the owner's behavior and the way he was giving me the runaround. He started treating me very weird too. And I kept asking him, you know, don't worry, Missy's we were short on stylists, we needed help badly. I said, don't forget, we've got Missy coming on board. And he kept skirting the issue and acting really weird. And it started to make me very uncomfortable. And I started to get very upset with him because he also gave me the impression that she had a job there waiting. And he started acting really creepy, and it really hurt me because he made me look like a fool to her because I was her supervisor and I was the one that had to tell her about the leave of absence because he didn't want to have to do it. So not only did he make me look bad to her, he made me look bad to everybody, and it made me very upset. And it made me believe he had no integrity.
Sounds
and
like
so
a coward.
I told, exactly.
Did you quit?
I don't work there anymore. So I did tell her.
That was discussed the whole time we lived there. That had caused a lot of emotional stress between the two of us also, and that was, you know.
And I told her because I cared about her. She was one of my best friends in the world, and I said,
I see that
you
from
know
the
what?
letter.
I said, you're better off not coming back to work for a man that's going to treat you this way. I said, and it makes me question my position in this company too. And I did not know, and he hurt me as badly with that decision as he did her.
They're such cowards, aren't they?
Exactly. So I had no prior knowledge. I wanted her to live with me. It was going to be a great situation, and it went bad fast. And I tried to be patient with her. I talked to her. We never fought. There was never ugliness in her house. I loved her son. Everything was great. That's why it hurt me so badly that she left the way that she did. Because I'd always offered a safe place for her to talk to me about what was going on in her life. I'd been incredibly patient about the fact that she wasn't paying me. She knew that I am not independently wealthy. I need a roommate to survive.
Had you had one immediately before?
I had one, a guy that was in college that lived with me, and he graduated from college and left in May. Missy and I started talking about at work her possibly moving in with me.
So you didn't have anyone
I held the room empty for 2 months. I made a lot of sacrifices to let her live there. I went and had to pay the bills by myself for 2 months just to create this situation
Do you
for
have a
her.
roommate now?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Are you working now?
Yes. I started a job Tuesday.
Great. Let me hear your defense.
When I didn't have a job to go back to, I began looking for other employment. It took me a month before I went before the state board to get my license. I went to work in a salon, and I wasn't making very much money. My last day of work there, I made $17. So I didn't have any money to give her. Had I known I wasn't going to be employed,
I understand that.
I wouldn't
Tell me
have
about
left.
the conversation that you had with
When
her with regard
I
to...
told her, I'm not sure how I'm going to pay you. And she said, don't worry about it. Pay me what you can. And I said, okay.
She was
And we went
referring
from
to
there.
our debt.
She told me that maybe I should get food stamps and give them to her as payment for the rent, or that I should go to the Department of Human Services and try to get rent assistance to give that to her.
Did I say that or did you say that?
Just a second. Don't talk to her.
Okay.
Okay, my sense, Ms. Case, is that what the plaintiff was saying to you was she anticipated that you were going to be living with her for a substantial period of time, and that eventually you would have a job that gave you enough income not only to pay your rent, but to pay her what you owed her, which was really nice because another landlord wouldn't let you do that, right?
Correct.
So clearly, you acknowledge in this letter of October 31st that you owe her money because you said, I have every intention of paying you the money I owe.
Right, but to my knowledge, I didn't owe $1,500, nor did I owe $900.
Well, you do.
For that
This
This was
matter.
hanging on the
Just a
refrigerator
second,
the
but
whole
you
time
do-
that she lived
but
there.
you do. Do you have any evidence that you gave her monies in addition to what?
I don't have any bank accounts. Everything I gave her was in cash.
So if you don't know, then I have to take her record of what you gave her. And if you weren't working for a substantial period of time, it's very likely that you didn't give her more money. You owe her $909. And Ms. Barkley, with regard to the 30-day notice,
Yes.
I've read the letter, and the letter says, let me get out of here before I build up any more debts to you so that you can start looking for a new roommate. I have a sense that there was some tension based upon this letter before she moved out. She says, you know, our friendship is worth more to me than you think, is what she says in the letter.
Which surprises me because I haven't heard from her since. If she was so concerned about our friendship, then why did she turn her back
Okay.
on me?
Okay.
I was
So, Ms.
trying to create a friendship still, and she wouldn't have anything to do with me.
So,
That's
Ms.
not
Barkley,
true.
listen to me. Let's say she was embarrassed.
I'm pretty sure that's probably what was going on.
Let's say she was
Because
embarrassed.
she knows that she ruined our friendship.
And that's what happens sometimes when you're a borrower. Sometimes it's just easier to say, I'm going to turn this off so that it'll go away, which is a very sad thing because I think that you legitimately care for each other.
Right.
All right, so maybe you can make up and go and have a cup of coffee after today. I certainly hope so. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $909. Good luck.
Parties are excused. Yeah, this is case number 408 on the calendar in the matter of Moncrief versus Stamper. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats, please.
Oh, your complaint and your answer, counterclaim, gave me a headache. You two people lived together for about 2 years?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Not even a year and a half.
Here we go.
We lived together from...
You lived together for a while. You have several complaints, Miss Moncrief. First, you say that he, at some point, had a rental car that belonged to you, took you to the airport. He was supposed to return the rental car. He didn't return it right away. He wrecked the rental car, and you had to pay certain monies to the rental car company.
It hasn't been paid yet. It's in collection.
Okay. He acknowledges he wrecked the car, right?
Yes, I do.
Your defense to that claim is that previously she had intentionally wrecked your car so that you had an agreement with her that you were going to call it even.
The damage was going to cost the same amount. Both cars were totaled, so...
Okay, so let's start with that one complaint. It's acknowledged that you drove her to the airport in her rental car and that you totaled the rental car that she's responsible for.
Yes.
Now let's hear your defense to that, sir. Tell me about when she totaled your car.
It was in September of 2000,
Yes?
and we were arguing. She got mad,
Look at me.
ran outside of the house, got in her car, started to take off, followed her outside, and I did flip her off, and she stopped her car, put it in reverse, and tried to run me down, and in the process, ran into my car.
That's not
Okay,
true.
well, tell me what happened in September 2000 with his car.
We were arguing over trivial things, and I decided to leave. It was escalating. When I tried to get my things, he got physical. So I gathered up as much as possible. I went out to my car. When I went to leave, he jumped off the porch, jumped on top of my car, was kicking it and punching it and screaming, so I backed out as fast as possible. I'm not denying that I hit his car. I did back into it. It wasn't intentional. Then I took off. He jumped in that same vehicle and drove after me. It turned into a high-speed chase. I went to her mother's house, Candace Thompson, in order to go to safety.
So what you're telling me is that he jumped on your car, which caused you to pull out and hit his car. So you acknowledge that you hit his car. Did you ever discuss paying for the damage that was done to his car?
What we decided was there was 2 different times that I bailed him out of jail for different things. It was $500 a piece. He paid me back for the first one. He did. Then the second one, he decided that we would just call it even because it was a few $100s damage. It was his light and the fender. He then sold that car to his friend who is now driving it. There's nothing wrong with it. It wasn't totaled. And so we agreed that we would call it even on the bond, the bail, that he wouldn't pay me back for that, and I wouldn't fix his car.
Where is that car now, sir?
That car was sold to my friend.
Did you sell the car while the two of you were together?
No, we weren't together.
Well, you got back together again after this incident with the car.
No.
Well, you had to because you drove her to the airport later, sir.
We were friends. We lived
then
in
you were
separate
friends.
rooms inside of my home. We lived in separate rooms.
After September of 2000, did you collect any money from her for the damage to your car?
No.
Did you sue her?
No.
Good. Forget it. Let me see the estimate, what you have to give the insurance company for the car,
It
please.
started out $8,000, and then they covered some of it. So I have pictures
Just
as well.
tell me what you owe on the car.
It's $1,166.76.
Okay, and is that what that says? Show Bird.
Yeah, it says 1031, but then there was interest accumulation. It went to collection.
Show him.
Okay, right here, 103100. It's all of
Plus
those.
interest. Is that what it says, Bird?
103.
Very good. Okay, so
I'm
that you
sorry
owe
about
her,
that. I
Mr.
couldn't-
Stamper. Now, you're suing him because you say he assaulted you.
That's correct.
When did he assault you?
The initial assault was June, which I have the report, and this was from the police. This
What do you
is-
mean the initial assault? How many assaults are you suing him for?
Well, there was another one afterwards. This was the one that happened first when we decided that one of us needed to move out. He gave me 30 days to get out, which, I mean, I guess that's kind and all. Before my 30 days was up, another assault took place, which she
What are you
witnessed.
complaining about? Which assault are you
This one,
complaining
right
about?
here.
Fine, let me see it.
There was no evidence. He took the whole mirror with him when he left the apartment so that I would have no evidence to show that it had taken place.
Your Honor.
Shh. You called the police immediately?
Yes, I did.
Now tell me about this assault. When did it take place?
It was June 13th.
Tell me what happened.
We were discussing things. I had just found out that I was pregnant that day. I had gone to the doctor's office. I have like the prescription for prenatal vitamins that I received the next day just to prove. Anyways, I told him that I was pregnant. He didn't really believe me, didn't want to believe me. We got into an argument about it. There were other things that came up, and we didn't just argue about that. He got really upset, and he pushed me into a mirror that was leaning up against, there was a window behind it, and it was kind of slanted, leaning up against it. He pushed me into it, and it shattered. He was just pushing me around. It never came to a hit or a slap or anything like that.
So what are you suing him for?
Just the assault, the damages. I had a
But
miscarriage.
what damage did you have?
I had a miscarriage.
Not as a result of that.
Yes.
Show me-
It wasn't just the assault, but it was all the stress that came from then to...
Stress I don't want to hear about.
Stress causes miscarriages.
What do you want the court to do about that, madam? You stayed with the stress. Listen to me. It's my grief. I've just looked at the domestic violence report the police took. The police came immediately after you called them. They saw absolutely no visible marks on you whatsoever. That's
Right.
stated in the police report. You are claiming that sometime thereafter you suffered a miscarriage because of all the stress.
On top of that assault, yes. And there was
Well, you don't
another...
have a medical report that says that as a result of this assault you suffered a miscarriage. Do you have that?
No.
Of course not. Stress. A lot of people are
Stress
stressed.
from him telling me that I'd be an unfit mother and he wanted me to get an abortion. I mean, that's not normal stress. That's not things you need to hear while you're
That is a
pregnant.
lie.
Shh. Listen to me.
That is completely a
Listen
lie.
to me. It's free speech. He can say to you that he thinks you'd be an unfit mother. He can say to you that this was not part of our agreement, that you were going to become pregnant, want to discuss an abortion. He can say that to you. Doesn't mean you have to go through with it. He has a right to say that. You have no claim with regard to this assault.
Your Honor, he has always claimed that he would love to have a child. I'm sorry, I just...
Speak.
Lindsay Moncrief says ex-boyfriend David Stamper physically abused her on 2 separate occasions. She also says David wrecked her rental car.
Now, Mr. Stamper, let's hear it.
My countersuit goes on the lines of stolen property.
Tell me about the stolen property, Mr. Stamper.
When she had me arrested for the alleged assault, there was a no contact order issued. I didn't want to break that because I'd be thrown back in jail. She lived in my home. She didn't pay rent. And everything in my home at the time, I couldn't get it out because I couldn't go to my home because she was there. She took everything I owned out of that home.
Like what?
Like a king-size bed, a couch, a love seat, an entertainment center.
Shh. Yeah.
All my housewares, dishes that my mother gave me from
When did you finally get back into the house?
I never did. She got kicked out of the apartment because she wasn't paying rent.
That's not what happened.
When did she allegedly steal this property?
In July.
You just started missing it 7 months later?
Well, no, I just didn't ever get around to suing her until then.
Your Honor, he was in jail until that time.
I did spend quite a bit of time in jail over this, and I had other issues that I had to take care of.
Ms. Moncrief, where is this furniture that he's talking about?
There was no entertainment center.
Forget entertainment center. There's some property there.
The love seat and all that was mine. The couch, I paid $40 for a bed. All the other stuff, all of his clothes and any other belongings, Natalie, who's sitting over there, she came and picked them up. I grabbed everything out of the closets. I even had her look. Is there anything else that's his?
Natalie, step up, please. Did there come a time when you went over to the apartment to retrieve some of the personal property of the defendant?
Yes.
When was that?
Well, there was 2 times, actually.
So you went over there twice?
Yes.
On each of the occasions, did you take some property with you?
Yes, I did.
Did you take clothes?
Yes.
Did you take personal effects, papers?
No, actually, there was no papers, just clothes.
And there was hardly any clothes left when I got them. I mean...
What date did you go over there?
It must have been sometime in October.
In October? And you were incarcerated in what month, sir?
July, August, and part of October as well.
What happened to September? September follows August.
I'm sorry, September, part of September.
And what about October?
October, I was free.
I misspoke, actually. It was in September that I went. It was like right in the middle of his jail time.
But you didn't go immediately to retrieve his clothes?
Not immediately, because I wasn't aware that he actually had been put in jail.
You have any of his property?
No, I don't. Well, I have one thing. It's a big hammer that has a solid hickory handle or something. That's it.
You want that?
I'll take every bit of my property I can get back.
What else do you have that belongs to him?
That's it.
That's it? A big hickory hammer? Mm-hmm. You get it to him in 72 hours, please.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
what?
Everything I owned was in that home. When she moved out, she took all my stuff. I don't have any.
You said that you were out of jail in September. Is that right?
Yes.
September, October, November, December, January. It's 5 months later. Evidently, the stuff that you want was not that important to you to wait 5 months to sue for it. You got it?
Yeah.
Good.
When it comes to my car, I mean, just the parts alone, I have
don't care.
an invoice here that shows that it's over $1,400 for the parts that she wrecked on my car.
I don't care, sir. Let me explain something to you. You had a fight with her. She said she jumped on the hood of her car. Whether that happened or not, I'm not sure. It's very possible. After this incident with the car, you continued to cohabit with her?
I moved to Boise.
You moved to Boise, but somehow
Yes.
you must have gotten together again because she
Okay.
said she was pregnant.
That's where...
Shh. Listen to me carefully.
She was never
Somehow-
pregnant with my kid. Never.
You say, are you
she
telling
never
me that?
produced evidence that she's pregnant?
Listen to me. Are you telling me it's impossible?
Yes, I never had sex with her for months and months.
Please, give me a break. Your counterclaim is dismissed. So is your claim for emotional distress as cause for a miscarriage of your child. Choose more carefully next time. I suggest you do the same, sir. He owes you for the car, period. And she owes you for nothing for property that you waited 5-6 months to even miss. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Why is that excused? You may step out.
Everything he said is ridiculous.
She just can't leave me alone.
How can he not have had sex with me? I was pregnant. He was the only person I was with.
It's a small price to pay to get rid of her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Allen versus Phoenix. Step forward, please.
35-year-old caterer Dan Allen is suing 25-year-old office manager Destiny Phoenix for slander. Dan claims statements made by Destiny caused him to lose business.
All right, this case is really in 2 parts. So let me try to explain it as I understand it and tell you why it's in 2 parts. Mr. Allen, you have a small catering business. You make burritos, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had the defendant as a client, which means that you would come up in your truck every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you made your burritos, and you would get orders from the personnel that worked in her office.
Right.
You would make the burritos. And you would do this not only for her company, but for others.
Correct.
It is your claim that because of things that she said about your business, which were untrue, you lost her business. And in addition, the second part of your claim is that she made defamatory remarks about your business to other businesses who used your service, and they also canceled your service. Now, did you have a contract with the defendant?
A written contract? We had a verbal contract.
And what was the verbal contract, sir?
That would be okay for me to come by every day at a certain time to sell my food.
So that is a day-to-day operation. You didn't have a year's contract with her, a 6-month contract with her, so she could say to you, I don't want you to come into the place anymore to sell burritos, or I'm not going to use your service because, I don't know, because we don't like burritos anymore. So she doesn't have to give you any reason whatsoever.
That's correct.
So the first part of your lawsuit is dismissed. And the second part of your lawsuit is that she made untruthful statements about your little business to other people, therefore causing you to lose business. So you have to establish, to my satisfaction, first that she made the statements to other businesses, and second, that the statements she made were untrue. Do you understand what your legal burden is?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me first, what statements can you establish that she made to other businesses that used your service?
Sure, I have a witness, Chris Laro, who I've been servicing food to for the past year and a half approximately, and I'm there every day, and I was there about 15 minutes after I was at Destiny Phoenix's business. So he saw me that same day. This is regarding the fact that she said I reeked of beer. He would definitely have noticed that.
Oh, no, don't tell me. Step up, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me your name.
Chris Laro.
Mr. Laro.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
kind of business do you have, sir?
I am actually a law clerk at a law firm that Mr. Allen services. I am not the witness. I don't believe that he would like to call to prove the defamation. I'm here as a character witness only to prove that I have not seen him ever smelling of alcohol, that he's maintained a professional business.
So is what you're telling me that Miss Phoenix never made any statements to you?
That's correct, ma'am.
With regard to Mr. Allen's job?
That's correct. Mr. Allen has a written statement from...
I don't take written statements.
Okay.
You understand that. You're a law clerk.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to law school now?
Yes, I am.
What year are you in, sir?
I'm in my 3rd year.
So you know a little bit about hearsay?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And what are written statements?
They are out-of-court statements offered for the truth of the matter asserted.
Correct. And according to the rules of evidence, sir, that would be inadmissible. Is that right?
Yes, it would.
Thank you. So far, you're halfway to passing the bar. Mr. Allen, do you have any other proof, sir, that the defendant made statements to any other business which were untrue, which caused you to lose business?
I believe she referred to the fact that I did not have a food license in this recording that I have of her that she left on my phone.
I'm not talking about your phone, sir. I'm talking about other people who your business serviced.
I just have a written statement, and I just have my food license here to prove that I have a food license.
You have to be able to establish to me, sir, that the defendant said to a third party something about you that wasn't true, which caused you to lose business. There are certain rules which your witness knows about, which courts will accept an out-of-court sworn statement. What is the reason that that person cannot be here today?
He did not want to take off work.
That's not a reason, sir.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Laro, anything else you want to say? I would love to do this legal exercise with you, sir. It's been a slow day so far. Go ahead.
I fear of taking a beating on national TV, but nevertheless, I think that in the interest of allowing this court to look at the totality of the circumstances here, possibly the court could let him admit this hearsay statement, the facts that we are here in small claims court, and the federal or state rules of evidence are a little bit lax for small claims court. I think that you would be able to see that it was relevant and authentic, Your Honor.
One of the reasons that we do not allow out-of-court statements, sir, only under very, very strong criteria, is because it does not allow the defendant to cross-examine the maker of that statement. That means that if I were to look at that statement, I would have to, in my own head, say everything in that statement is true, because it does not give Ms. Phoenix an opportunity to ask any questions, or for me on her behalf, like I'm asking Mr. Allen questions, to ask that person questions. That's the reason why we do not permit hearsay statements, because it's inherently unfair to the other side. And the fact that this is a court program that happens to be televised does not obfuscate the need to have reliable evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right? Reliable evidence. Hearsay evidence is inherently unreliable. So that your case is dismissed, Mr. Allen. But you were very good, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is case number 407 on the calendar, the matter of Stanger versus Swanger.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Stanger, you and the defendant, according to your complaint, lived in a relationship for about 6 years.
Yes.
And it is your claim that when the relationship terminated, the defendant was indebted to you for rent, some household bills, cell phone bill, and some money that you loaned to him in the amount of $5,000.
Correct.
The defendant says that you were, in fact, in a relationship, that there was a rather loose financial arrangement, and that there was never a complaint on your part while you were together that you were owed any money. Only after the relationship terminated was there a complaint. Is that your defense, sir?
Yes.
When did you begin living together?
The
What
later
year?
part of 98. I don't have the exact
It was
date.
March of 98.
And when did you move out of the home?
I was thrown out of the home or asked to leave the home in October of this year.
Now, what do you claim is owed to you, and for what, Mr. Stanger?
What I have is he's not paid me rent in full at any time during the time.
Your Honor,
Shh, don't interrupt. Go ahead.
During the time of the end of last year up until the end of this past year.
And when for the first time did you complain about that?
I've complained about it over and over. I had bills to pay. I mean, I paid for everything.
So what did you do with the money?
Mr. Swanger, don't make this any more difficult, please.
I don't think I'm the one making it difficult.
Good. So that let's wait until it's your turn. When did he give you money, sir, during the course of this year?
Periodically, when his pay periods came around, I would ask him, don't you have something you need to give me? You owe me money. And
Ask
he would
me,
say,
half the
well,
time you would come up.
I'm going to say it
after my
again. 1,
check.
2, 3. Mr. Swanger, have I been respectful to you?
Yes, you have.
In a court, you're supposed to be respectful. There are certain rules. Plaintiff goes first. The defendant responds to questions. That's the way this works. If you want to have a discussion with Mr. Stanger, then you do it outside, you do it over coffee, you do it in the living room, you do it, out in the street. That's a discussion. Then you talk back and forth. When you're here, I ask questions, you answer them. Unless I'm looking at you for an answer, do not speak. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Good. Go ahead.
just from what you've seen, that's his arrogance. Any time that I've ever tried to ask him to
Mr.
give me-
Stanger, his arrogance may be, but you lived with him. I'm not here to resolve that. Did you keep a register of how much he gave you each month? The answer is either yes or no.
No.
How do you know how much he owes you?
Well, at one point in time, we were both discussing what he felt he owed me, and he said about $6,500. I says, but still, there's other monies that you owe me too, for bills that you didn't pay that you used in my name that I didn't know about. For instance, a Cellular One, he ran a bill up in his name for $600 and something, and then they turned it off, and he had one activated in my name, ran that up to over $1,000.
When did you find out about that, sir?
Well, it was 2000, actually.
And you didn't separate, actually, until December of 2001. Did you immediately close that account?
Actually, I received a phone call. It was a collection agency that I had owed this money. I had him, and I had filled out an affidavit, sent it to the company, stating that, you know, I was not responsible, I did not authorize it, I never signed anything for that phone.
But you could have proceeded further, sir. If he forged your name to documents to open up an account,
Well, they
you are
said-
not responsible.
They are
Just-
holding me responsible.
Well, they can't hold you responsible, sir. If you wish to proceed with it criminally, they don't have to hold you responsible at all.
I have threatened him with that and told
So
him that I
do
would
it.
take it to
So
the
do
district
it.
attorney.
Well, listen, so do it.
He said that he would pay it. And, you know, of course, I loved him, and I was stupid enough to believe in him and give him chance after chance, and, you know, putting me in harm's way
A year
continuously.
is a long chance, Mr. Stanger, so you didn't answer my question. Had they turned off that phone?
It was turned off, I guess, prior to when I found the bill and then when I received that phone call.
Now tell me about this loan that you claim, sir. What was it for?
I loaned him monies to fix a vehicle that he had. So
When was that, Mr.
This was
Stenger?
earlier in the year. I forget the date that I put
It
down.
was April of this year, or of 2001.
You know, he was just lying to me. He never paid me back on it. You know, and plus...
How much did you give him?
It was actually $498, but I took off some of the amount because he had given me $35 or something. I didn't really keep track of that because there was just so many astronomical figures of how much he owes me. So I was just stupid for really putting up with this as long as I did.
Right. You were. Because if it was in April that you loaned him this money, that was after you found out about the telephone. Is that right?
I knew of the phone, yes, for a couple of years.
So you knew of the phone for a long time, and he hadn't paid you, according to you, any money on the phone. Is that right?
Right.
And yet you gave him more money. You know, for the time that you were together, this was like a marriage. That's what it was. And you anticipated that it would go on for a very long time. And that but for the fact that you separated, for whatever reason, you wouldn't be here today.
Right.
Now, is there anything you want to say?
Oh, yeah.
Do you listen at all?
Yeah, I listen.
What did I just say?
That if there hadn't been a problem with monies in the relationship, we wouldn't be here to begin with.
No, that's not what I said at all. You have to
wanna
listen
restate
carefully.
To me what it was you said?
I said, but for the fact that the relationship terminated, we would not be here today.
Oh, if we were still together. Correct. Throughout the relationship, he threatened me, you owe me this, you owe me this, you owe me this. I didn't keep track of what it was that I had paid him. I did agree with him. I may owe you for past rents, but I pay for this, this, and this. I mean, in a relationship, are we keeping track here?
Well, then, since you choose to respond, Mr. Swanger, I'm going to ask you a few other questions, sir. Did there ever come a time when you sat down with the plaintiff and discussed what, in fact, you did owe him?
Oh, there were several times when it came to the point that he was trying to throw me out of the house and had everything I owed in the foyer.
Just a second.
Sure,
Mr.
there
Swanger,
was.
did there ever come a time when you came to a dollar figure?
Yes, there was.
And what was it that you agreed that you owed him?
It came up to over $5,000. It came up to like $8,000. But we also weren't taking into account the things that I had paid for as well either.
Oh, fine. All right. So, see if he.
I mean,
do you
when you're
understand?
in a relationship,
I hope
and you should
you all
have,
understand. Okay. So,
instead of
Mr.
paying
Swanger,
rent, shouldn't
pay
you take the
attention. You're
bills and meet
speaking.
them
You're
in
not
half?
listening. So there came a time when you sat down and you agreed that it was over $6,500, closer to $8,000, but he wasn't taking into account what monies you had in fact paid him. Now, what monies do you claim that you had in fact paid him? Give me a rough
I didn't
estimate.
keep a receipt of it.
Now, give
When
me
you're
a
in
rough.
relationship, what the
Mr.
heck are you gonna keep
Swanger,
a receipt of
listen.
it for?
Don't speak. What amount do you believe that you had paid him towards the money that you owed him?
I couldn't say. I didn't.
Well, I
keep
want you
an
to try.
account.
No, listen to me. I want you to try, sir. What amount, if you were to be very generous with yourself, what amount do you believe that you gave him towards the money that you now agreed that you owed him?
I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue.
Well, now
All
I want
know
you to
is
have a
when
clue. I want you to have a clue, sir.
Stanger says ex-boyfriend Robbie Swanger owes for rent, bills, and loans. Robbie says he had no idea John was keeping a tab.
Now, you had some idea whether you did have an agreement that you would give him $500
I was paid
a month?
bi-weekly. There was times he would come up and he would get my whole paycheck. There were months when I would just pay bills and not give him $500. I mean, I wasn't keeping in account how much I had actually paid.
Were there months, Mr. Stanger, that the defendant paid some bills?
Yes, there were several months in between that, you know, he would pay and then months that he wouldn't pay. That's how we came up with the figure, and I figured it about a year's rent. There was no set date that it was absolutely 12 months consecutively. This is what we agreed upon and what we figured and what I figured. I didn't
He
write
kept track
it down.
of everything, but when I'd give him money, I didn't keep track of it.
Evidently didn't keep
when you're
track
married, you don't
because he
keep
doesn't
track
have a
That was
register.
my bad business for not writing everything
Well,
down
then,
at the time.
Mr. Stanger, you can't expect a court to resolve the issue of a dollar amount of money unless you come to me equipped with information. I don't make a calculated guess about how much he owes you.
He's written me 2 checks, and with these 2 checks in the memo, he even puts 1/3 payment, recognizing that he did owe me this money.
Well, let me see the checks. 1/3 payment of
Okay.
what?
1/3 payment towards all the monies that he's owed
Well, then
me
let
to
me
the
see it.
$8,000.
Let me see.
Also,
Sure, just a second. Let me see that.
they were
Maybe
checks that were no good. I could not even cash them.
No, let me
He had
see what you
insufficient
have.
funds.
Let me see what you have.
He did it twice.
Just a second. Would you show this to the defendant, please?
He was trying to make good on something, but
Remember writing that, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right, that seems to indicate, sir, that you had agreed on a specific amount of money, Mr. Swonger, that you did, in fact, owe the plaintiff.
And like I said, we had, but
No, you didn't say that, sir.
yes,
You
I
didn't
did.
say
I said
that.
we sat down and I sat down with him and we came to a dollar figure.
No, that's not
But
what
we
you
didn't
said,
take
Mr.
into-
Swonger. What
yes,
you
it was.
said
We
was
didn't
you
take
came
into
to a
account what
dollar
I had
figure.
already
Nobody
paid
speaks
him.
when I speak. You say that you came to a dollar figure, but that did not take into account the money that you had already given him. That's what you said. That's exactly what you said. You didn't say that you came to a dollar figure of what you owed. And then I said to you over and over again, well, what was it that you in fact gave him so I can deduct that from what you agreed that you owed him? And you said, I can't tell you. But here it is clear that you agreed that you owed him minimally the amount that he's suing for because you made certain payments.
But what about the monies
One-third
I
payment,
paid to him?
$2,000. But that check was no good.
no good.
But that's what you wrote. 1/3 payment, $2,000.
And do you know why that check was written? Because I came home and all my things were in the foyer of the house, and it was done under distress as to our relationship was built on money and
Your
not.
Honor, he
not-
was
Then you wrote
having an
another
affair,
check,
and I
sir,
had him out.
a month
I had an
later.
affair. He's getting more rides and Greyhound.
Then you
than I
wrote
had an
another
affair.
check, sir, a month later for $2,000. Was that check cashed?
And stop
Nope.
payment.
You stopped payment on that
Exactly, he
check.
did.
So it's clear. It says something about balance, $6,000. And then you stopped payment on that. So was your furniture out in the hallway, sir, from September 21st, 2001 until October 2001?
It was back and forth. It was a
It was
roller
back and
coaster.
forth. Judgment for the plaintiff and the amount requested, $5,000. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The guy's like a doorknob. Everybody's had a turn. And when I did it back to him,
Takes a bad matter, makes it worse by going out and starting a new relationship with somebody else and expecting me to live with that with him. And I just wasn't going to happen.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Brown versus Torres. Step forward, please.
23-year-old air traffic controller Christine Brown is suing her former friend, 23-year-old independent contractor Jason Torres, for an unpaid loan to get his car out of the shop.
Ms. Brown, you claim a loan to the defendant in the amount of some $434.
Yes, Your Honor.
That loan, you say, was made so that he could get his car out of the repair shop. The defendant acknowledges that you gave him $434. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And says it was a gift that you insisted upon giving him. That's your defense.
Yes.
Okay. How do you know each other, Ms. Brown?
We met about 4 years ago.
You were
We just friends. And I trusted him. So on March 20th, when we were talking on the phone, he told me that he needed $400 to get his car out of the shop. And I told him the only way I would give him $400 was if he would pay me back that weekend because I didn't get paid for another week and a half and I only had $400 in my account. So he promised me that he would pay me back by Sunday, the whole $400.
What's the $34 for?
That's just a service charge for the Western Union.
Where was he living and where were you living?
He was living in North Hollywood, ma'am, and I was living on base in Lemoore, California.
You are in the armed forces?
Navy, yes, ma'am.
And he was supposed to pay you back on Sunday. Were you supposed to see him on that Sunday?
I was actually supposed to see him on Friday. We talked on the phone Thursday after I wired him the money. He told me he got it, and he told me that we were going to go out on Friday night, and he would have half of the money for me. So I called him Friday night, and he never answered his cell phone. He was never home. And I tried calling him Saturday. I went to his house. His family said he wasn't there. And Sunday came around, I went to his house again. I called him continuously on his cell phone. He never answered it, and he was never on his home. So I went back to the base, and I never heard from him again.
Mr. Torres, you tell me how this money was transferred to you, sir.
She wired me the money through Western Union
How did she know how much money you needed?
because I had told her when we were at dinner a
So
few
you were
nights
out at dinner.
before.
When?
Yes. I don't remember what night it was, but we had spoken on the phone. She came down and told me she wanted to see me.
She picked me up and we went to dinner.
And tell me about how the conversation came about this money that you needed for the car.
Well, she asked me where my car was, and I had explained to her that I had gotten in a car accident and that I would be getting my car out of impound. I'm sorry, not impound, out of the shop as soon as I had the rest of the amount, because my deductible was about $1,000 and I only had about $600 of that.
Okay, and what did she say to you?
She offered me the money.
What did she say?
She said, I can give you the money.
And what did you say?
I said, thank you, but no thank you. And then she insisted that
But what did she say?
She said, I insist that you take the money. I would like to help.
Okay, and you said?
I said, no.
And she said?
Later on, towards the end of the dinner, she brought it up again and said that I should swallow my pride and not be too ashamed to accept help from a friend.
Okay, and you said?
And I thought about it and I said, okay.
All right, so she went back, she drew out the money, and she wired you the money.
Yes.
Now, did you have an appointment to meet with her that Friday evening?
No, I didn't.
Did you have any contact with her again at all?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
I had tried to get a hold of her.
How?
Calling her.
When did you try to call her?
I tried calling her after I had received the money.
And you couldn't get her?
No, I couldn't.
Well, where did you try to call her? At the base?
I tried calling her at home.
And did you get an answering machine?
No, I did not.
How many times did you call her?
I tried calling 3 times that evening.
You mean to say thank you for the money?
Yes.
And you couldn't reach her?
No, I couldn't.
And when did you try again to reach her?
I tried the following day.
After March 21st, when did you contact her?
I hadn't tried for about another week or so.
Yeah.
And I tried again, and once again, I could not reach her.
And then you just stopped calling?
Yeah.
Why?
I hadn't heard from her, and so I figured I'd let her call me.
But she was the one who sent you $400.
Yes, she was.
So you mean after you got the money, you never spoke to her?
No, I didn't. I had tried to get a hold of her to speak to her, but I was unable to.
You had her home address?
Yes, her home address? No, yes. I did not.
Know how to contact her at home?
Just through that telephone number.
You don't have her address? You don't know what the base that she stays on?
No, I knew it was somewhere up in the morning. It was the first time I had spoken to her in quite some time. She called me up to ask if I'd like to do something. She came down, picked me up, and we got into this conversation. And that's how this came to be.
Ma'am, that is true. After a long time, I did call him to see if he wanted to hang out, and that was Tuesday night. Wednesday night was when we talked on the phone. He never mentioned anything at dinner about anything about his car needing $400. It was on the phone that we discussed it. And I told him that I needed it by Sunday, and we did make plans on Friday night to go out.
No, we didn't.
He is lying about that.
No, I'm not.
Now, Mr. Torres, how long were you saving? How much longer did you think you would have to save up in order to get your car out of impound?
Probably another week or two. Not impound, repair shop.
Repair shop. So you had the $600 already?
Yes.
And you needed just another week or so to put together the other $400?
Yes. It's because I was using my car for work at the time.
Okay.
And so I wasn't able to
So I
make
would
money.
assume that another week or so went by and you had the additional $400. Is that right? So why didn't you wire her the money back?
I didn't have an address to wire to her. I tried to get a hold of her on the telephone and I could not.
Did you try to get her on the phone, say a week or so later, to tell her that you now had the money together?
Yes, I did.
So that you planned on paying her back?
Yes, I did.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $434. I thought we'd get there. Thank you.
Parties are excused. Number 466 on the calendar in the matter of Lacey versus Marshall. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Miss Lacey, according to your complaint, you were at a bar or a club with some friends. Somebody by the name of Malcolm got into a confrontation with some other people, and you offered to give Malcolm a ride home.
Yes.
Got out into the parking lot, there was an altercation, and you say that the defendant is responsible for vandalism of your car that occurred during this altercation.
Yes.
Is this Malcolm?
Yes.
Perfect. Step up. What date did this happen?
September 29th of 2001.
And who did you go to the club with?
I went with Malcolm and also another student named Tom.
3 of you went in your car?
Yes.
And what happened with Malcolm in the club?
I did not witness anything that happened in the club.
What happened, Malcolm, in the club?
Nothing happened in the club. Everything happened as the club was letting out.
Well, what happened as the club was letting out?
Well, I was leaving. I had seen a female, whatever. She was attractive, so.
Stand up straight and talk to me directly.
All right.
You saw a female that looked attractive.
Yeah, so I approached her or whatever, and I guess it must have been one of the defendant's friends, girlfriend or something.
What did you say to her?
Well, I just said, what's up, you know what I'm saying?
A Valentine.
Nah, I just said, what's up, you know, stop, talk to her, you know. And I guess that was her boyfriend. He just went through this whole episode of outrageous.
What did he say?
He didn't say really much. It was just like, ooh, he made some faces and like he was really mad or whatever, you know. So I had left it at that or whatever. And we had went on to the car and.
Okay. What time had you arrived at the club that evening? Don't look at her. You tell me.
Around 11 or 12 or something.
And what time did you all leave?
I think the club let out probably 3 or 4.
They serve alcohol at this club?
They do.
And when you went out to the car, where were you seated in the car?
I was in the front passenger seat.
Now tell me what happened next.
There was a police block up ahead, so all the cars were basically at a halt.
It
was a police block. Like the police were searching the cars as they were leaving the area of the club. And I seen the defendant and some of his friends leaning against the car. The defendant...
Leaning against which car?
It was a gold car.
Not your car?
No, not my car.
Okay.
No, that's a lie.
I'll go get to you, okay? Go ahead.
The defendant pointed at Malcolm, and after that, another guy came through my sunroof and began to hit and kick Malcolm. Was about 4 other guys, including the defendant, came through the passenger side window and was hitting and kicking Malcolm also.
How could 4 people come through the window?
They were through the 2 passenger side windows because there was also another guy in the back, and they were hitting on him too.
So somebody else came through the sunroof?
Yes.
Wasn't the defendant?
No, it wasn't the defendant.
Go ahead, let me hear.
I got out of the car frantically. I got back inside of the car, and I got ready to pull off. And the other student was pulled out the back window, and they began hitting him.
You mean the one in the back seat?
Yes. I drove forward, and police were about 500 feet ahead. We spoke with an officer. They went looking. They didn't find anybody, so they told us to go down to the police station and fill out a report. I have the report, and I also have pictures and an estimate.
Now, of all the people that were involved in coming over to your car, how many of them did you know by name?
I knew 2 by name.
Which 2?
Melvin and also another student named Marco.
What did Marco do?
He was the one that came through my sunroof.
What damage was done to the car?
It was about 7 dents. 3 on the passenger side, 3 on the roof of my car, and then 1 on the trunk.
Do you know what damage the defendant caused to your car?
Yes.
What damage?
There were dents on the side, on the passenger side where he was, and also there were dents on the trunk.
No, that's a lie. She keep telling such lies on me. I can't.
You have to, because it's not your turn.
Go ahead.
When it comes to your turn, you can speak. Okay? Malcolm!
Yes.
Did you throw a liquor bottle out the car window?
Yes, I did.
You know how I knew that? I looked in my crystal ball. What kind of liquor bottle did you throw out of the car window, Malcolm?
It was a fifth of Hennessy.
Is there any reason why you threw it out of the car window?
Yeah, because I believe it was this gentleman. They went, once him and his friends or whatever, they approached the car, whatever, they were telling me to get out or whatever. I wasn't getting out, and one of them swung, you know what I'm saying? And I hit the fifth, so I threw it out there, you know.
So you threw out the bottle of Hennessy, and they were actually standing right near the car?
No, I threw it out after one of the men had swung at me.
Well, you were sitting in the car.
Yeah.
So he must have been close enough to swing at you.
Yeah.
And in response, you threw the bottle out of the car?
Yes.
Monique Lacey says during a fight in a nightclub parking lot, Melvin Marshall damaged her car. Melvin says Monique's friend threw a bottle of Hennessy at him.
All right, Mr. Marshall. Now, see, because patient people always get rewarded, Mr. Marshall, I want to hear your version of the events.
Okay, we were at the club one Saturday night. The defendant was hollering at my homeboys.
Now listen to me. I want you to speak slowly, speak clearly, so that I can understand you. And I want to tell you, I'm going to give you a clue. I'm older than 21, but I don't always get the vernacular, the language. So I don't understand homeboy. I understand friend, buddy. All right?
Okay.
And I know you can do it.
Well, He was hollering at my buddies.
He was what?
He was talking to my buddy's girlfriend.
Yes! See, you made it so that we could understand each other. Go.
He was talking to my buddy's girl at the club, right? My buddy didn't like it, so he got upset. So he was talking to him. I guess they got into a confrontation, argument outside the club. The club was over with. It just let out. Monique, plaintiff, she left the club. I guess they had a roadblock or something up the street. So they came back through. When they came,
What do you mean they came back through?
I mean, they had to. I guess she didn't have license or insurance, so she couldn't get through. I don't know.
Whatever. So she went
Yeah.
out.
Honor, that's not true.
Just a second. So she went out and then they came back?
Yeah, they came back.
Okay.
When they came back, plaintiff was running off at the mouth, calling me.
Who, the plaintiff was?
I mean,
She was?
Malcolm.
Malcolm isn't the plaintiff. Malcolm was a witness.
Oh, the witness.
Okay, he was running off
at the mouth, calling.
At you?
Using profane language.
At you?
At all of us.
At all. I believe that.
He was. You want me to tell you what he said?
Yes.
He called. You ain't no good, and all that. You know. So I took it personally.
This Malcolm?
This Malcolm.
That's not true.
This Malcolm.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Sure
so
it is.
When they came back through, he threw a bottle.
He threw a bottle?
He threw a bottle. I wasn't involved in the confrontation that he had with my buddy. I wasn't involved in it. But when he threw the bottle, it hit me. Basically, that was it.
No. We haven't got to the car yet. So
That
what
was
happened?
it. He,
just a second. Look at me.
She pulled up in the car, right? Okay.
Okay, he throws the bottle.
He throws
now,
the bottle.
And hits you. Now you're involved.
I'm involved. Yeah.
What was the next thing that happened?
Punches were thrown.
How were punches thrown?
I guess he got in an argument with my buddy, right? So I
Now,
guess
somebody had to approach the car. Who approached the car?
my buddy approached the car.
And what about you?
I was standing next to him.
So you approached the car too?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to play guessing games with you. You and your buddy approached the car.
Yeah.
Did you try to hit him?
No, ma'am.
What were you doing at the car?
I approached the car because my buddy, they were having another conversation, talking to each other, you know.
Who dragged the passenger in the rear out of the car?
Who dragged him out?
Yeah.
I don't know who dragged him out.
Well, you were with a bunch of people.
It was so many people out there, Your Honor. It was about 10 or 15 people.
It wasn't you who jumped on the top of the car, is that right?
No, ma'am.
According to you, somebody also spilled liquid in the car, is that
Yes.
right? That was the person who was on the sunroof.
Yes.
You have damages for that too?
Yes.
That wasn't me, Your Honor.
Just a second.
No, alcohol was thrown from the passenger side. It didn't come in through the sunroof. It was thrown in from the passenger side, and it hit the roof as it was thrown in from the passenger side.
You didn't see who did that?
No.
Okay. So you have damages to your car, let's say, in the amount of $1,632.
It's actually $1,362, and I have 3 estimates here, and that's the lowest
$1,362.
estimate.
Let me ask you this question. Any of the damage to your car have to do with the sunroof?
Yes.
Why are you charging him for that?
Because he was one of the people that caused altercation.
What about him?
He was also involved too, but they were the ones that actually started the whole thing.
Well, don't you think he started a little bit of it by throwing a bottle of Hennessy out your window?
No, that was not what happened. The whole altercation started when I was stopped. They seen that he was in my car, and after they seen that he was in my car, that was when they started hitting him. He did not throw the bottle first.
That's not true.
Really? You remember exactly when he threw the bottle?
He threw the bottle after they started hitting him because his feet were hanging out the window. He was trying to kick them as they were hitting him.
His feet were sticking out the window?
Yes.
Was he pretty drunk?
I'm not sure.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't see him inside of the club.
They were drinking
He didn't
Hennessy,
seem
you
like
know.
he was inside.
Well, he walked out with a bottle of Hennessy.
I was not drunk.
They were still drinking when the altercation happened, Your Honor.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Of course they were. That's why. What do you think he brought the bottle of Hennessy outside for?
Thank you, ma'am.
We had it before we went to the club. It was in the car, and we went into the club.
Oh, so you were drinking in the car?
No. The bottle was from we were at a previous person's house before we went to the club, and that was where the bottle was from.
Where had it been stashed while you were in the club?
In the car.
Where in the car?
In the...
It was in the trunk.
So I want to know how your friend Malcolm over here got the bottle in the front passenger seat.
He got it out as we were leaving.
You got a quick answer. That's not the way things go. If he was going to take the bottle of Hennessy, he would have gotten in the car. There was an altercation. You want to get in the car and get out as fast as you can. You don't go in the trunk of the car to get out a bottle. And
No, he had got it out before the altercation. As we were coming to the car, he got the bottle out then because he was taking it back with him to his room. It was his bottle.
Of course, but you do that when you get home. Not if you've just had words inside a club. That doesn't make sense to me.
It was outside the club, and it wasn't like we could just leave right then and there because there was so many cars and one way out. So I had got the bottle out, poured me a little something.
In the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just said they wasn't drinking, y'all.
I know he did.
I ain't say I wasn't drinking. I ain't say I wasn't drinking.
I asked if you were drinking in the car.
I wasn't drinking yet.
You said you just took a sit out and poured yourself a little something.
Yeah, I poured some. I didn't even get a chance to drink none.
Well, what'd you pour it in?
Huh?
What'd you pour it in?
In cups. Cups that I had before when we left the house.
You took it out of the trunk, and in the trunk you also had some glasses for it.
Yeah, the same cup I had when we left our friend's house.
And so you were pouring it into the cup.
Yeah.
And before you got a chance to drink it, people assaulted you.
Yes.
So that the liquid that you had in the cup must have gotten all over the car.
I threw all that out when I threw the bottle, the cup. When they got to swinging, I threw it all out.
Before or after you put your feet out of the window?
When they came, approached, started swinging and stuff, I threw the bottle in the cup. They came back, and that's when I put it out, because I leaned to the side over, like, really. My face was over towards her side of the car, whatever, and that's when I was kicking out the window.
Mm-hmm. You remember all this clear as a bell?
Yes, I remember this.
And he been drinking.
Okay, listen. Mr. Marshall, you'd been drinking too, sir.
But see,
You've been drinking too, sir, is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
right? Okay. So, some of the damage that got done to the car was done perhaps by Mr. Marshall, but not all of it. He's not going to be responsible for all of it.
He in fact was the leader of the whole thing. No, he was the person who pointed at him inside of my car.
So what?
He caused the whole thing, basically.
I don't think
Since he pointed, he showed them where Mr. Johnson was.
So he has to be responsible for part of this damage, but you certainly know some of the other people, and you know the rest of them, right?
I know some of them, y'all.
Good, perfect. We know one of them's name is Marco, because that's somebody that you know who you can sue, right?
Yes.
That's one. And the person who was on the roof of the car, who was that?
I don't know. I was drinking, y'all.
This is going to get you off the hook, Mr. Marshall, for some money.
Names, one of them was Jason.
Jason what?
Huh?
Jason what?
Jason what?
Where do you know him from?
I know him from where I'm from.
You work with him? Do you know
No,
him
I
from
don't
school?
work with him. Just know him.
Just know him?
Just know him.
You know a Jason?
No.
Who else?
Another one was Sylvester. That was the one that he got into it with.
Oh, Sylvester. That's who we want to know. What's Sylvester's last name?
Excuse me, ma'am, he is lying because I spoke with the officer who was there on the point, and he gave me a couple of the other names. I don't know them, but the officer was a person that was from Tuskegee, and he knew a couple of their grandmothers. He knew their first and last names, and Jason wasn't mentioned. I have a police report with names on there.
Stay there.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I don't do much, but
That's not true.
It was about 10 or 15 people, y'all.
You know somebody by the name of Jeter?
I know him, yeah.
Jeter have a last name?
That's his last name.
His last name is Jeter?
Yeah.
What about Tommy?
No, I don't know that.
Chris?
I don't know Chris.
Did the person who you got into the fight with in the club about the girlfriend, was he one of the people out of the car?
I didn't get into it with anyone in the club.
I don't mean fight, I mean an argument.
I'm
verbal.
saying I didn't get into it with anyone in the club.
Verbal altercation. On the way outside of the club.
Yes, he was out there.
What did he do?
He was swinging and, swinging at me and everything.
He was swinging at you?
Yeah.
Where was he standing with relation to where he was standing?
From what I remember, they were on the side, like on the passenger side, right there.
Let me see the estimates for your car, please.
And I also have a lease for the car because the car is on a lease agreement.
The windshield glass was broken?
Yes.
Who broke the windshield glass?
That happened as I was pulling out.
Well, how did that happen?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
They were drunk, Your Honor.
Who was drunk?
Both of them.
Ma'am, I was the designated driver for the night, so I had no alcohol in my system.
I don't think she was drunk, sir, and you don't even know that, so why would you say that?
I saw her with a cup, Your Honor.
That doesn't mean she was drunk.
She was drinking.
It doesn't mean she was drunk. She didn't start up with you. All you guys were the ones who caused the trouble. That testosterone out there, 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I tell you this, Mr. Marshall, we know one other person's name, and that's Marco. And if he was jumping up and down on the hood of the car, may have also scratched or cracked the windshields. That's a possibility.
What he told another person was that it was not his fault and I shouldn't have had, excuse my French, his in my car in the first place.
Well, then I think you have to sue him.
I'm pressing charges.
Good, because Mr. Marshall here, I mean, he knows Sylvester, he knows Jason, so he's going to have to go after them for his half of this damage, and I'm going to give you half of what it's going to cost to fix.
Today we will learn about a simple hack to learn ABCD in homemade environment. Let's start. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And let's see how we can rub it. We will take a simple tissue and rub it gently. Wow, it's working. And we will erase it all. And we can write anything else on the same page. Look, it's just simple tissue and it is a paper with plastic. Look, we can write with board marker. Try erase. Let's see again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, and now we will rub it to make sure it is working properly. And again we have just a simple tissue paper and we will erase it, erase it, erase it, erase it, erase it, erase it. Wow, just simple, and it is working properly. Thank you. Kindly subscribe our channel.